Hey everybody, it's Adam. Welcome back to Wolf Girls. Right then, I fucking did it again. Welcome back to Wolf Girls. Like I said, it's technically right. Anyway, welcome back to Wolf Tales. And if I'm correct, this I think is where you decide which of the girls you're trying to do. Really like focus on a specific route. Last time, of course, I went to comfort Mirari and went on her route. So this time I'm going to follow Fuyu and see if this is what really, takes off her specific scenes or whatever. Okay. So, I'm going to follow Fuyu. Before she can disappear from my sight, I quickly follow after Fuyu. Departing from the same door through which I just entered, Fuyu runs out into the snow, seeming without any purpose or direction. She simply runs straight ahead, intent on creating as much distance between herself and Mirari as she can. Go away, YouTube. Slow down, would you? I'm not as athletic as you are. Addison, what are you... Oh, I get it. The princess couldn't bring herself to face me, so she sent you to do her bidding, is that right? Fuyu, initially surprised at seeing me, quickly adopts an expression of annoyance. Her bid for solitude has failed, and rather than be greeted by the face of her best friend, the one who chases after her as her least favorite human. Nobody sent me anywhere. I just saw you running away from the cabin in tears, so I thought I'd better check up on you. I wasn't in tears. And if I was, they were righteous tears of anger. Righteous anger. What happened? Did Mirari refuse to give you seconds for breakfast? I played dumb and intentionally provoked Fuyu, thinking this way she'll be more likely to slip up and accidentally tell me the truth. Unfortunately, it's none of your business. Get lost, human. My plan fails almost immediately. Part of the course, I think, right? Just come on, Fuyu, don't be like that. Besides, even if you don't tell me, you know that Mirari will. Wouldn't you rather have me hear your side of the story? Why should I care what you hear? It's not like you take my side anyway. You know that. Try me. I might surprise you. Ellipses. Fuyu turns away, but doesn't actually refuse. After thinking over my words for a moment, she lets out a sigh, then turns to face me once more. Fine. I'll enlighten you. This may be difficult for a human to understand, but within the pack, everyone has their own role and responsibilities. For some of us, that's gathering food. For others, it's building shelter. In Mirari's case, it's her duty to lead us. She must protect us from harm, make difficult decisions about our future, and ensure that everyone does their part to help out. Most importantly, it's up to our leader to solve any disputes which arise. They must put an end to any bickering and quell unrest within the pack before it becomes a problem. Are you with me so far, Addison? Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Make decisions, keep everyone in their place, stop any infighting, typical leadership. Good. I'm glad this isn't too difficult for you. Now, given the responsibilities of a leadership, what do you think would happen if our leader suddenly abandoned us? A new leader would be chosen? Or chaos? Or power vacuum-related chaos, which could potentially be worse. A new leader would take the position by force. Democracy has never worked for my kind. At the end of the day, whoever is strongest will attempt to seize control with or without the support of the pack. In the best case scenario, they take over without a fight, and everyone accepts their new leader right away. If they don't, or if more than one person puts their hand up, then there's a power struggle. The wannabe leaders kill one another, or if they don't want to fight, they take their own followers and form their own pack. Either way, the pack loses its power. It's reduced in size, possibly fragmented, and everyone needs to cover multiple roles to fill the gap. But don't think that's the end of the matter, Addison. What I've just described is simply the beginning. I unconsciously gulp as I try to take in everything that Fuyu has just told me. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised. Mirari's assertion is beginning to sound far more serious than I thought. I can now see why Fuyu is so serious about bringing Mirari back home with her. Wow, that's quite a lot to process. I never thought Mirari's disappearance had such a profound impact. Well, now you understand. Can I count on you to give Mirari a push in the right direction when the time comes? Damn it! I won't do that or change the subject. Honestly, the top of my head, this sounds immediately worse because just, you know, it's what it says it is. It's changing the subject. You're just kind of running away from the topic. And this could potentially go right in the sense that, like, well, it might go in the sense of, like, I won't get involved, so therefore I won't. Or it could be like, it's up to her, and I'm respecting her decision. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this. Because I see this as potentially coming out way better than just changing the subject. Sorry, Fuyu, but even knowing your situation, I'm not gonna do that. Mariah's decision's hers alone. I won't influence it any more than I already have. If she'd rather live in solitude than return to her pack, then I won't try to tell her not to. Do you really think Mariah would be okay like this? Huh? What do you mean, like what? You know, out here all alone living like you do? The princess may say she wants to separate from the pack, but do you think she's really capable of it? Ah, so you're talking about Mariah's well-being now rather than that of the pack. No, I can't say I think Mariah would be suited for life a loner. It takes a great deal of strength, both physical and mental, to live on your own, far removed from society. I may not know Mariah as well as you do, but personally I don't think she'd cope. Indeed, I believe we're in agreement. The princess's strength lies in how she interacts with others. On her own, she's quite hopeless. Ha! I kind of figured that was the case. Living in solitude isn't for everyone. I agree. The princess ought to live her life in safety and comfort, surrounded by others. No, not just the princess. I believe that applies to all people. Everyone? It's a bit of a stretch. I'm actually pretty happy to be out here by myself, you know. Are you really? Fuyu narrows her gaze as she scrutinizes my face. You say that you're happy out here, but wouldn't you rather be with your friends and family? Wouldn't you prefer to make a difference in the lives of others and to share in their experiences? Well, maybe sometimes. But aren't I already doing what you just suggested? Huh? A smile surfaces on my face as I take the opportunity to share my perspective with Fuyu. You just implied that I should be living with my family because that way I'd make a difference in the lives of the people other than myself. But isn't it exactly what I've been doing out here? I don't mean to brag, but a few days ago I saved Mirare's life. Mirare's life. If I had been living out here far away from civilization, that girl would have perished in the snow. Fuyu goes quiet. Even if she doesn't agree with my lifestyle, there's no way she can complain about me saving her friend's life. Anyway, even if I never met Mirare, I don't think there's any shame in choosing to live for and by yourself. I came out here because I wanted to get away from everyone, and that's exactly what I've done. So while I personally don't think my lifestyle would work for Mirare, I'm not about to tell her what she can and can't do with her life. Maybe she'll miss everyone and come back. Maybe she'll enjoy living in solitude. Either way, I think it's Mirare's decision, and whatever she decides, you're just going to live with it. Ellipses. I think we're going to have to agree to disagree. I can see your point, and you give me a lot to think about, but at this moment, I still can't accept Mirare's selfishness. That's fine. If you'll agree to try and see things her way, then I think that's plenty. And knowing Mirare, it's probably all she's ever hoped for. This was okay. So I'll just skip through until I see something that's new, because I think this is what happened last time. It's one of this right here. So yeah. Ah, here we go. Fuyu, what are you doing? This is after the hot spring thing where they went to eat. Hello. Ellipses. Did something wrong? If you're hungry again, go ask Mirare to make you something. Without saying a word, Fuyu draws closer. She tiptoes over to my bed, careful not to make too much noise. Once Fuyu's reached my bed... Alright. Okay. Somehow I think this is even more provocative than Mirare's one. Right then, she begins to undress. Fuyu, what are you doing? You. That's what... Are you still half asleep? Paying no mind to my words, Fuyu removes the rest of her clothes. She then crawls towards me on her hands and knees, not stopping until she reaches my side. Addison. An inch away from my face, Fuyu calls my name. Her cheeks are red, her eyes are watering, and I can tell at a glance that she isn't her usual self. Addison, please. While facing me, Fuyu opens her legs. Now that she's almost naked and on her hands and knees right in front of me, I can see every inch of her body. Despite her embarrassment, Fuyu makes no effort to hide her body from my eyes. It's your fault that I'm like this. Oh, drop the fucking tsundere act, goddammit. I never once felt this way around Mirari or the other members of our pack. So, take responsibility. Oh, is that how you're playing this, huh? As I dared to think earlier, this wolf girl's in heat. But listen, Fuyu, I'm flattered that you're thinking me that way, but you don't really want to do this. What you're feeling right now is just an influx in your hormones. If you get through with this, you're surely gonna regret it, and, are you done? Fuyu pushes her face right next to mine. With her lips an inch away from mine, she looks into my eyes longingly and continues to speak. I didn't expect you to feel the same way I do. In fact, after all the things I've said to you and said and done to you, you probably despise me. Even so, I can't help the way I feel. Whether you love me or hate me, please, I beg of you, embrace me. Well, I expected this bit to come around a little bit later like I did with Mirari, but okay then. Before I can respond, Fuyu closes the final distance between us. Her soft, pursed lips brush up against mine, kissing me so lightly that I can just barely feel it. The moment she begins to pull back, Fuyu closes in once more, this time with confidence. She pushes her lips against mine forcefully, taking me by surprise and stealing the air from my lungs. Fuyu then moves back slightly and lowers her head, bringing her lips to my neck instead. She runs her tongue along my neck for a moment before doing the same thing with her nose, nuzzling me expectantly. Unable to resist my own urges, I agree to help Fuyu with hers. Kneeling behind her, I make my choice of whether to use my fingers or mouth. I focus on her pleasure and the sounds of her heavy panting and moaning fill up the room. Huh, so doesn't actually turn her down. Interesting, okay. Fuyu's body falls limp on my mattress, and the only sound still reverberating throughout the room is her ragged breathing. Though her face is red and her hormones are likely still running amok, I've managed to satisfy Fuyu's urges, if only temporarily. Unbelievable. I thought she might have been in heat, but I never expected Fuyu to come to me about it. Perhaps Fuyu has a better impression than I thought. Looking then at Fuyu's peaceful expression as she sleeps, I sigh one more time and resolve to help her out once again. Oh, and yeah, okay. While Fuyu sleeps, I wipe down her body, get her dressed, and roll her onto her back. I then take my place beside her, close my eyes, and try one more time to go to sleep. Damn it, who am I kidding? There's no way I'm gonna be able to sleep after that. It's gonna be a long, long night. Oh boy, right. I'm gonna end this episode here. Actually, I don't know exactly how long it's gonna turn out to be once I've cut out the hot spring stuff and everything, but I'd rather save what happens from here on out for later. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy, and I'll see you next time.